Welcome to the first video in my series on the MSC Seaside. Today we're going to go over Embarkation at Port Canaveral and everything that you need to know about boarding MSC. Sit back and enjoy, and let's get started right after this. Hi everyone, if you are new here, I am Doug and this is See More Seas, your cruise tips and planning channel where I hope to help you and your family pick, plan, and enjoy, and now book your next cruise vacation. If you do find this video helpful in any way, as always, please do give me that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Thanks so much, and let's get started. As I mentioned, this 4-night cruise on MSC was out of Port Canaveral. I live in South Florida, so driving up to Port Canaveral from Fort Lauderdale is about 3 hours. Now, if you're flying and you're flying into Orlando, it's about an hour drive, 45 minutes to an hour, and there are several different transportation companies that you can hire via a coach bus that will take you from Orlando International Airport over to the port and drop you off right in front of the baggage drop-off. If you're driving from the Southeast United States, this is about a 2-hour and 15-minute drive south of Jacksonville. So I hope that helped you plan your transportation to the port. If you are not taking a coach bus from Orlando and you're driving to the port, there's various parking options to consider. The first is parking at the terminal. This is normally in Port Canaveral $17 a day with added cost if you are a larger truck or an RV. There are also several off-site parking options to choose from. I chose Port Canaveral parking with free shuttle service. It is about a 10-minute drive to the port, and this is an off-site facility, uncovered, and you do have the option to upgrade your parking with limited covered parking as well. The buses are separated by cruise ships, so everybody on your shuttle bus is going to be going to the same ship. Now, you do have to wait for the bus to fill up before you leave, and sometimes this can take 15 to 20 minutes depending on when you get on the bus. Bus service begins at 11 and ends at 1:15. The shuttle bus is going to drop you right inside the baggage drop area, so you'll have your luggage tag attached to that large bag, the one that was provided to you by the cruise line inside your cruise documentation, and then your carry-on luggage will always hold your passport, your printed cruise boarding documentation, as well as any medications or anything that you're going to need for that afternoon. You hand your larger checked bag to the porter and then proceed up the sidewalk to the escalator that will take you inside the terminal and the security and check-in areas. Once you make your way up the escalator to the terminal building, once you get inside, make sure that you have your passport, or if you're using a birth certificate and a state-issued ID, have that in hand, as well as make sure that your boarding pass that you've printed out at home and also your health questionnaire, have those handy, and then you will proceed to the line either for an on-time check-in appointment or a off-time check-in appointment, which have separate lines. Both moved very, very quickly, and you proceed right to the check-in area. Inside the check-in area, there's going to be a few different lines, one for general boarding, as well as special lines for ARIA guests, as well as Yacht Club guests. They do also make accommodations for wheelchair passengers as well. You move forward in your queue and you will be directed to the next available agent. Once you get up to the agent, have your passport, your printed boarding pass, as well as your signed health questionnaire completely filled out, hand to the agent, and the agent will take your picture. You do have the ability to upload a picture on the app. However, they told me, because mine didn't work, that they retake pictures anyway. The agent will then confirm everything and then go get your key card. On MSC out of Port Canaveral, they hand you your key cards prior to boarding, which is a little different from some of the newer procedures in other cruise lines where your key cards are actually waiting for you outside of your stateroom. As you walk forward, you will buy a pass or take advantage of the ship's photographer that will take a picture of you and your traveling party in front of a backdrop picture of the ship. I went around this. You can do that as well. You will then make your way down a very long corridor looking out onto the ship on one side, and then to your right you'll see the check-in area which you just passed through. You will then make your way onto the ramp that will be enclosed, and you can see out each side as you make your way to deck 6 midship, where you will hand the crew member your key card. There is a barcode on that which will then be scanned. Your picture will appear on the screen in front of the crew member. They'll confirm your identity and then allow you onto the ship. When you enter the ship on deck 6, you're going to be midship right in the multi-story atrium. It's a 4-deck atrium, and that deck is going to be very, very crowded. And one thing that you'll want to do right away is to make your way through the crowd and find one of the credit card setup kiosk machines. Now, this is a kind of a weird thing that MSC does that no other cruise line that I've experienced does. And you have to register your credit card when you get on board. Now, they have changed this slightly, and I was able to successfully register my credit card for my onboard account prior to sailing. I confirmed this by finding one of the kiosk machines and putting my key card up to the scanner, and it confirmed that I was already pre-registered with my credit card. I didn't have to do anything else. But there's going to be a huge line at these credit card kiosks, and they are located on decks 5, 6, and 7. So my recommendation is to go up to deck 7 using one of the beautiful crystal staircases, and there should be less of a line, or just wait until later in the day to register your key card so that you can use your onboard account. Another thing to do when you get on the ship on embarkation day is to set up your Wi-Fi account. If you have pre-purchased a Wi-Fi package, you simply need to go to your Wi-Fi settings, connect to the MSC Seaside hotspot, and then your browser will launch, and then you just put in your cabin number and your date of birth, and your prepaid credits should load for you. If you do have some problems, or if you are having problems purchasing a new package, not a prepaid package, go to the photo desk, not the guest services desk. There's going to be a huge line at guest services for those that are having problems with their credit card authorizations, or if they're putting a cash deposit down for their onboard account. So the services desk does not handle internet issues. The photo desk does. Both are located on deck 5. One popular thing to do on embarkation day is to go have lunch in the buffet. So on the MSC Seaside, there are actually 2 buffets. They're both located at the aft of the ship. The main buffet is on deck 8. Normally, the large buffet is at the top of the ship aft. On most cruise ships, this is a little different. And there is another small buffet on deck 16 aft. Now, to get to the aft of the ship is a little bit strange. It's very difficult to manage this ship, which I will go over in my full ship review. However, if you want to get to the main buffet on deck 8, I recommend that you go up to deck 8 and walk through the ship to get to the aft of the ship, the rear of the ship, for the main buffet. Many of the decks you cannot walk from bow to stern, front to back, without going up or down a deck or two. So go to deck 8, make your way to the back, and there you'll find the large main buffet with a lot of repetitive stations on both sides. There is a lot of outside seating in this buffet, so if it's crowded inside, check either on the sides where there are doors leading out to a promenade on the outside, or on each side of the buffet at the very rear, there's also some outside seating. If you're going up to deck 16, I recommend that you go all the way up to deck 18 and then walk on the outside of the ship and then go down one level to deck 16 aft near the large outside pool, and there you'll find a much smaller buffet with a few repetitive stations. I will be doing a detailed dining review of the MSC Seaside in an upcoming video, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. Your cabins should be available shortly after lunch, around 1 o'clock or so. So as you finish lunch, you make your way and find your cabin. The odd number cabins are on the port side, and the even number cabins are on the starboard side. So I had a deluxe balcony stateroom near the front, still considered somewhat midship, and it was a very, very nice stateroom. It was on the 10th deck, and as you open the door to the stateroom, to your left is going to be the bathroom as well as your controls for the room. You're going to have your temperature control there. The air conditioning worked very, very well for my 4-night cruise. And then towards the door, you're going to have your key card holder, which you need to put your key card in this holder to activate the lights and the power in your room. Above that, there's also going to be two little buttons. One is going to be a do not disturb button, as well as a make up the stateroom button. So here is the rest of the tour as I saw it on embarkation day. Hello everybody, and this is MSC Seaside Balcony Stateroom 10085. So this is on the 10th floor, obviously, and we are on the port side of the ship. So this is a balcony stateroom. As we enter, you see a nice sized king size bed. Very, very nice. You have your closets right next to there. And it's a pretty decent sized closet. Let's open it up and see what we can find. Looks like we've got a few shelves with a safe. Looks like it's not big enough for a laptop. And then we've got a few drawers underneath. And then the other side, looks like your typical hanging storage with, yes, we have more than 4 hangers. Let me step back so you can get a look at that. You will see beside the bed on that side, it does not look like there are any outlets. On this side, it looks like there's a switch and a USB. So you do have a pretty good size closet, and it looks like that other bar right there is another hanging bar if you need some more space. So when you enter the stateroom, they do have this nice mat there for your luggage, and you have also a few towels for the pool. Have a full-size sofa that is a sleeper sofa, so this particular stateroom will accommodate 3, possibly 4 with the size of that sleeper sofa. So as I look back, you've got a nice sized desk with the mini bar there, a flat screen television that is kind of on the smaller side, but it will absolutely do fine. On the desk, if I move the phone, you do have 2 US outlets and 2 European outlets, plus 2 USBs. You have a little stool under there where you can pull that out. Hi, everybody. And then let's check out the minibar situation. It is locked, so we'll have to ask the room attendant to see if we can open that up so I can put some bottled waters in there. So we've got the sliding glass door to the balcony. Pretty nice size. That's the Disney terminal over there. That's the Marella Discovery. And then down here we have what looks like the promenade on the outside. So let's now check out the bathroom. So it is a decent sized bathroom, kind of a small sink. Let's see if that's storage under there. Yes, it is. We've got some storage underneath there. I do not see any type of outlet in here. So guys, if you bring an electric shaver, make sure that it's charged. You've got the head, standard size. Looks like there's a little bit of room there. And then the shower seems to be decent size. Typical cruise ship shower. And I do like that it is a door and not a shower curtain. Got a few hooks there on the wall and on the bathroom door as well. So that is your deluxe balcony room 100085 on the MSC Seaside. Another great point to note is that the 2 pool towels that you have on your bed, you need to make sure that you bring those back to your room or exchange them for a fresh one at the pool on deck 16. If the same amount of towels on debarkation do not match embarkation, you will be charged $30 per pool towel. So make sure that you always have the same amount that you started with. To finish off embarkation day before dinner and the show, you must complete the muster drill. The muster drill on MSC is somewhat virtual. At 4 o'clock, they'll tell all of the guests to go to their stateroom and direct you to watch a specific channel where the safety film that's been playing all day on the television will be played again. And then once it's completed, you are asked to dial a number from your phone inside your stateroom, and this confirms that you were there and you watched the safety video. Once that's complete, you wait in your stateroom until they call your group of floors, where then you walk down the stairs. You cannot use the elevators to your assembly station, which is on your key card, as well as located on the back of the door with a map showing you how to get there. Once you get to your assembly station, you simply give your key card to one of the crew members, they scan it, and you're done. Your checked luggage, which you left outside the ship with the porter, should be delivered to your stateroom by 5 p.m. So make sure that you're checking outside of your door, and once you've received your luggage, you can then begin unpacking and get ready for your first evening on board. Those are my tips for embarkation day when in Port Canaveral sailing MSC Cruises. This is the first in a series of videos for the MSC Seaside, so make sure that you subscribe to the channel so that you can come back for the additional videos, including Doug's Ship Score. If you'd like to see my review of MSC's private island, Ocean Key Marine Reserve, watch this video next. Thanks everybody for showing up today, and as always, I'll see you again soon.